Hello.
Uh,
It is showtime.
we're
Thanks for
excited.
joining us today. The crazy co founders of CityClips, Ali Kamaki, who's had a lot of experience with starting businesses and growing them, and even scaling a newsletter company to 60,000 subscribers. So, thanks, Ali, for giving me this opportunity to work with you and build this together live. It's kind of funny that we're doing this live. I still am amazed that you're willing to do this.
Yeah, fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
But I appreciate the the fun, exciting way of doing this. It makes it more intriguing, and it's funny because I'm noticing that a few businesses are willing to take this risk in documenting themselves. Have you heard of that watch guy? The see now his name escapes me, but he's the one who has the slogan that everybody remembers: "Follow your journey" or "Love your journey."
Mm.
He's going viral on TikTok and Instagram, and he's documenting his entire process of growing a brand. I think it's Hadley Watches or something like that, from nothing to now. I think he's generating millions,
Yeah,
and he's
that's
using primarily social media, and he's recording everything.
yeah. I think that's smart marketing. It's not just. I've seen. I think the example that I saw was a podcast that says, I think I can't remember it, but basically it does the same thing where it records the whole journey of building a startup from zero to scratch. Another example that is similar, but it's not exactly a startup. It was an investment podcast, and I think the whole goal was starting from $10,000, and the whole podcast was explaining what we're doing, the investment decisions we're making on daily basis or whatever on weekly basis, and then the goal is either go to a million or go bankrupt. Like this was, I don't know how it went from there, but it was a cool story. It was even documented. So, in a sense, it is smart marketing for whatever, for the initiative, for the startup. Yep. So I'm excited. It's nice.
It's really cool. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, because like I'm noticing that. So I just put in my, let's see, hello. Sorry, I put in my headphones. Hope you can hear me okay.
Yep. Clear.
Awesome. Yeah, I have that laptop thing that has less USB-C
Yeah.
little outlets, but yeah. Um, So I have to unplug and uncharge. But anyways, no, yeah, as far as like updates for anyone who is curious and happens to be watching our clips, because every day somebody goes up to me and says, "Hey, I saw what you posted on your live the other day. I keep getting notifications on LinkedIn and YouTube, and I saw that you were like interviewing somebody. What is it called? City something." So
That's nice. That's a good start. Let's
I
go.
know somehow everyone is seeing our little posts here and there and my different shows. So I'm glad it's working. Uh, as a quick update, because I know we were supposed to go live yesterday, but life came up, and I'm glad that's why it worked so well for Ollie and I.
Wow. Nice.
For with both of us, 4 kids, each family. So
So
life
what's this? Tell us.
comes up.
What's
So
this
yeah,
cool web page?
this is an initial landing page. This is our 1.0, so like we're going to have the URL cityclips.net point to this, and it's all on MailChimp. Thanks to MailChimp, we're going to go super bootstrap because I mean, you pretty much did everything on MailChimp, right? With your
No,
initial.
not the landing page actually. So the landing page, when we looked at the landing pages of Mailchimp, there was a lot of limitations with it. So eventually, we just built our own web page. Initially, it was
Right.
very simple. It was still very. It was pretty much the same as this one. So it's very simple. Like the whole idea is. So let's read what is happening now. Welcome to City Clips, your newsletter source for all cool things in Tallahassee, North Florida. I think that's a very clear. This is our value proposition, right? So basically, it's about cool things that are happening around you, in specifically for Tallahassee, North Florida. Maybe we can add more information like afterwards in the bottom, like I don't know, frequency. Like I think we're going for twice a week, right? So we can say twice a week.
Yeah.
We can say whatever, and later on we can add like other stuff. The other thing that potentially, like we discussed before, we might do is all of the articles that go on the newsletter can be on the website as well, because many of them can have longer lasting kind of effect. So it doesn't have to be just stuck to if you receive the email or not, you will get it, but rather you can, for example, if we have an article about comparing the neighborhoods of Tallahassee, pros and cons of living in X versus Y versus Z, that's an evergreen article. Like it can be useful for a year. So having it available on the website gives people more access to it if they want. If they only subscribe to CityClips after 6 months, and but they want to see what happened before, they go on the website and they can see the previous article. So it would be good. And since we did it a couple of times with previous newsletters, we can show it. If you want, you can show what Jareed website looks like today, just for comparison.
Yes. And that's like, to me, ultimately, like this is kind of what I envisioned, that we would have like a subscribe field. So I know there's definitely limitations with MailChimp, and we can definitely at some point just pretty much host it on a real website. And that's my goal. But I love how simple it is, and I'm using Google Translate, um, and everything's in English. So, but I love the symbolic icon there. It's
Mm.
really cool. I know
Yeah,
it
so
might
this
be
is
tiny, but
actually, so this is in Arabic, it's written in Arabic. So basically, this was the logo that we went for. It didn't have an element. And then we used the lines, you see the gray lines in between, they became the element. So even if you see up on the tab next to Jareed, so the elements that are used, the two lines that are almost diagonal.
yeah.
Yeah, but even when you look at the tab above, up,
Oh, there.
up, 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 go all the way. No, no, no.
Oh,
Within
so
with your
go down
cursor, go up where the tab is, where you're changing tabs.
right here.
You see the tab that it's the square white, the white square with two
Yeah,
lines. So basically, that's the element, and I think this is the thing that probably we want to look at for City Clips. What is going to be the element that we use in different communication
yeah,
things?
yeah.
You see, with Morning Brew, it's the blue mug.
Right.
With Jareed, it's the white, the diagonal squares, the diagonal
Right.
lines. Yeah, over
Yeah.
there. So I don't know what's going to be the element. I think you were discussing some ideas with city clips. It potentially can be like a city light
Yeah.
horizon or newsletter clips. I don't know. The creative
Yeah.
is your fate.
Yeah. No, I have some. We were thinking of different things that, for example, like a clip, a news clip or a paper clip, um, kind of similar lines. I like, see, this icon is very much my style. So if we
Mm,
were to do something similar, well, obviously won't copy that, but like I love simplistic, minimalistic concepts. So just like with Morning Brew, they only kept it simple and just had the icon with the mug. Even the Hustle newsletter, I really like how they just like it's an H. But like they I think they also have some, yeah, so since HubSpot bought them, but there's a solely type and it's just like the Hustle, it's just their name. And the focus is more about the content and the words,
yeah.
the name.
But
So
you see,
yeah.
they always try to drive to subscribe to the newsletter. Like this is always the first thing that you will see. In
Right.
newsletter businesses, you will see that this is the focus. Like on other websites, you will find subscribe to our newsletter is somewhere in the bottom or something. But usually, the focus with newsletter businesses is the first thing that you will see is subscribe, and there is a field where you can. So maybe one improvement that we can do on this domain now, I know probably there's limitations with MailChimp, but once we have our own domain, the thing that we want to have is subscribe immediately will go above, but actually you immediately have the field where it's just you enter your email and subscribe and that's it. And notice that it doesn't ask you for anything else. It doesn't ask you for your name, email, phone number, I don't know, anything. No
Right.
addition. It's just your email. Email,
Yeah.
subscribe, That's it, and you're in.
Yeah, I
It
think
reduces, the goal is to reduce friction of subscription as much as possible. Friction
absolutely.
subscription. I
No,
should.
I completely agree. So everything, like, even when I was trying to look at the different options, and it's funny because they had this feature, and this is what happens with platforms that make updates. They used to have just a landing page feature, and then you can just have it so that they subscribe to the newsletter. And so I got to poke around and find that thing because they it's like they have the options now. It's just websites and then some other extra features, with the Mailchimp paid option.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, that was my preference to like even I know that there's a ton of space. So I'd rather have like
Yeah.
there's a field here, sign up with the name
Yeah.
and email. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Completely agree.
Oh, 100%. Okay. Did you want to explain anything about the logo, the theme behind it?
I think
Mm.
it's straightforward. I mean, I know like for example, I liked the color combination of just having, because I'm picturing we can use this color scheme, and using it as like an outline. I love the style of some of the other newsletters that I follow where they use a lot of, obviously it's going to be primarily white space and text, but I
Mm.
like how they break up, the article with some thin lines and
Mm.
outlines. So yeah, so this is what we're doing for now. and then
You
and
know,
then yeah, go ahead.
yeah, sorry. You know what I like about the color scheme? It looks like city lights, so actually it makes sense. I don't know. Maybe that's
Yeah,
can be around.
lifestyle.
Mm.
I mean, I shot you different color schemes, and I think
Yeah.
we both felt good about this.
Yes.
It's been a while since I took a break, I know. um, okay, cool. Yeah, so that's primarily it. And I was gonna talk to you too about because we had our draft and we had talked about just going through the process of like writing out, and you liked my updates,
Mm.
and just adding some photos. So I'm going to build that out, and then I'm going to start emailing people to subscribe, for next week.
Nice.
So for our
Yeah.
target, as far as since I have this open here, our target next week is to actually publish these newsletters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, just thinking ahead, and there's some things coming up. Like we have, excuse me, I can just stop sharing this screen right here and just have us talk about it. But like, let me pull up the draft so I can think about it with you along the lines of here, live here. Yeah, here. Um, we have
Wait, so we're not going to see the content today?
I want I still need it. That's the other thing. The sourcing of the photos. I don't know if you want me to just do that, but ideally I would like to have all of it ready and then just demo it in front of people at
Okay.
some point. So I do have something where it's like about the draft that we had talked about with it listed out. I could show it to you, but it's all in Word doc. And I guess as far as the content for next week, because some of
Mm.
this is still like not super time sensitive, um, what do you think we can do to build this out? Is just replicate the process of just researching again and adding to our library of resources?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like in your process when you were doing it, like you just had a spreadsheet of all the links and then just one by one looking at articles, or you kind of just because I know you
Yeah.
have it automated now.
You can use the Jareed aggregator, which we built.
Okay.
Let me see if I can access it right now, and maybe we can. Uh, okay, cool. Yes, I think we can access it. So let me share my screen. Can I share my screen?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can present.
I think it'll let you. If you're allowed to do that. I mean, I don't know
Yeah,
if it's
I should use
I
share
mean,
screen.
with Jareed, you're okay to publicize that part?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
Window. To the window. Listen, I'm gonna continue sharing until I get a shock from somewhere. Like until someone says, What did you share and why? Until that happens, I'm gonna keep sharing.
You're asking for permission, or you're saying you ask
Yeah,
for
exactly. Ask
forgiveness
for
later.
forgiveness later rather than
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
There
So
you go.
can you see this? Or
Yeah.
okay, let me start from scratch. So this is what we did. So initially we used to do what you were thinking about, which is basically these are the best websites and let's go through them. So we identified like about 50, 60, 70 sources. Some of them are websites, some of them are subreddits, some of them are etc. Any kind of thing like Twitter accounts, social media accounts, anything. Okay, and this is what we ended up with. So this is what it looks like. It's called we call it the aggregator. So basically, where we aggregate news, this is what it looks like. So you see,
That
when it
looks
was working
amazing.
just now, it was actually grabbing news from all over the internet. Okay, so it's aggregating, analyzing data from CNBC, etc., other places. Okay, and there's a couple of cool AI stuff that are happening here, and I'll explain. So we have different tabs. So this is news. This is things from social, from Reddit, Hacker News, Product Hunt. This is all live. Like literally, there was a bot that just went and grabbed everything live. And this is, if you go to their website, this is what you will find. If you go to CNBC, this is what you will see. If you go to The Verge, this is what you will see. Wall Street Journal, this is what you will see, etc. Okay. Fast Company, and there's so many sources. The Guardian, Fast Company, Business Insider, Trend Hunter, Arqam, some sources in Arabic as well, Venture Beat, okay, The Economist. We didn't leave anything. Like again, this was 2 years in the making. We didn't do it overnight. Okay, this is news, social media, Reddit, Hacker News, Product Hunt, tweets. It actually goes and grabs tweets from Twitter accounts that we outlined. I don't know. Probably Twitter now is not working because of Elon Musk. Okay. Google News as well, because it does bring in trending news. Newsletters, Morning Brew, what happened today in Morning Brew, what happened today in the hustle, rather than going.
Wow, that's
See?
awesome.
Okay, see? Trends, what is happening with Google Trends? So you
Yeah,
can, of course, you can change this, but because the market is in Saudi, we went for, so what are the Google Trends right now in Saudi? And this is what is happening. So anyway, you probably can't read this,
yeah.
but one, this is about sports, this is about, I don't know, one celebrity,
Mhm.
etc. And then prices, because we always in Jareed, we always in every newsletter we have a daily newsletter, so we track prices, like what is happening with stock prices, what is happening
Mhm.
with Bitcoin prices, etc.
Mhm.
And this is cool because so Unsplash is one of the best sources for copyright-free images, right? And this is what we want to use. We don't want to infringe any copyrights. So what it does over here, it goes about at it looks at all of the news over here, and it looks for the most repeated words, and accordingly, it will look for images with these words, and these are all images related to the news that we probably have picked. So it is a way to start to reduce time, but again, you can just go to Unsplash and look for images that are relevant. Okay, and that's it.
Okay,
So
this
basically,
is
what we
really
will
cool.
do
Oh my gosh, why
is
didn't you show this to me earlier?
you can use it. You can use it. You can use it. It's Jareed's
Well,
property. But
yeah.
basically,
Okay.
um, so for example, if we and you can, there's a way to filter. So if I like this article, then I just press plus and it goes. And then if I like this from The Verge, I go. And if I like this from Wall Street Journal, and then you just go to selected items, and these are the articles that will be worked on for tomorrow's newsletter, for example.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then you have your spin and take on it. You write
Yes,
it how you want it.
exactly. And you
Yeah.
start to
Yeah.
summarize or do whatever you want to do. Okay.
Yeah.
One of the best sources that I like is Reddit's. Really, some good subreddits are really nice. So, I don't know, discovery of chemical means. But again, this all has not necessarily anything to do with Tallahassee. This is more generic.
Right.
So it's either global um, or it's national at least.
Yeah.
But um, think about the same thing when it comes to Tallahassee. Like the first step for all of this was identifying what is happening around us, or what are the sources that are telling us the best thing that is happening around us. And since we talked
Mhm.
about lifestyle, our focus is going to be lifestyle. What is lifestyle? So probably we need a good source about food, Tallahassee foodies potentially. We need a good source. Tallahassee Democrat can be a good source for general news,
Mhm.
etc. So once you identify these 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15 sources, this is the value proposition that we want to provide, rather than you going every single day to look up what is interesting on Tallahassee Democrat, what is interesting in Tallahassee foodies. We will
Right.
grab, well, we will look at all of that for you, and we'll grab 5, 7, 8 things that are most interesting, and we will present it, add a spin to it, etc. In addition to whatever original content we might have as well.
I mean, this software would save me hours of research for sure. But and so one thing that I guess of there's a way to customize what feeds into it. Like
Mhm.
you, is that how you guys did it, or you like programmed it to? You have to
No,
actually do
we
some custom
programmed it for
coding.
Jerry, but we
Okay.
programmed it with the idea that potentially we wanted to replicate it for different fields. So, for example, today we have a newsletter about airline news, generally airline slash aviation news. We could have had just an aggregator just specifically for that. If we have something for lifestyle, we can have an aggregator for that. It will require some work to do it, but it is possible. Now, however, I think we can, for now, we can start manually. And honestly, it's not, it looks very difficult in the beginning, but eventually you will see that, oh no, actually, all of the important sources, all of the important news, the important events are just on these 5, 6, 7 websites. And you will start to have a feel for it. And that's it.
Yeah. No, I mean, especially because the news cycle here is not that fast, so it's doable. You know, unless we start getting into, Desperate Housewives of Tallahassee kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's just like, which we're not going to do.
Yeah.
Well, that's not what we want to do. And
And
so,
don't forget that we're going to have a lot of original articles that basically we are thinking about for Tallahassee, right? Like this
yeah.
is the whole idea of the calendar that we're going to have, and basically, so this time we're going to talk about moving. At this time we're going to talk about what to do in vacation. At this time we're going to talk about shopping. At this time, so we're going to have enough time to build out these articles, and it's not going to be super long, but it's about, hopefully the idea is to be super valuable. um, I don't know. We're in the back to school phase right now. Do we have anything to say about back to school deals, best back to
Yes.
school deals around Tallahassee? Should you buy online or offline? I don't know. Best computers to buy for middle graders. I don't know. I'm just imagining stuff that I'm going to need. Like this is something I'm facing right now. I need to buy a laptop for my son. Which ones are the best options? How to do it? Whether to go online, offline? What specs should I do? Should I get for him, etc.
Mhm.
I would like
Yeah.
for someone to help me with that decision. And hopefully, Tallahassee City Clips is going to help me with that decision soon.
Well, what I heard, and the thing is, it's almost like you have to be in these meetings, or you just happen to hear about it because if you are talking to the right people, what I heard is Amazon is hiring a lot of people, like really fast.
Like
Um,
Amazon, the warehouse
yeah,
here next to.
yeah. So they've
Uh,
been doing like different forums and events, and then they're just getting out to the community. So they're getting ready to onboard like at least 1,000 employees.
oh, nice.
Yeah. So I mean that's something that's interesting, but it's not out in the news.
Yeah. But
Like
you
there's
know,
no
that is
article.
very important.
There's no
This is
article.
this is absolutely something we need to talk about in City Clips. Like, what is potentially the impact of having this on Tallahassee? What is it going to do to the real estate market? Is it going to cause more pressure on the rental market versus the purchasing market? What is it going to,
Yeah.
is it going to do anything to inflation? Is it going to do, like, I don't know. I want to know if I'm living in Tallahassee and this is happening. I want to know how this is going to impact my life.
Yeah. Well, I know because nationally, I know in general, just because of reading the news for the global news, there's not much real estate out there, and then interest rates are high, so then nobody's going to want to buy right now. And here, I think inventory is also low, just
Yep.
through
I'm
word of mouth.
very low in Tallahassee.
Right. So,
Yeah.
I mean, at least for you in your
But,
case,
but it's just about general impact. Forget real
yeah,
estate. What is going to happen to schools? Like if there's if there is what is
Oh,
happening,
right.
I don't know, if a lot of people are moving to the same area at the same time, what is going to happen to the schools over there? Are they
Right.
going to be overcrowded? I don't
I
know.
think so. I already know that a
And
lot of schools are maxed out.
maybe the best way to look at this kind of article would be what happened in other cities when an Amazon warehouse opened up over there. What
Mm,
did anything happen? Like we can replicate, because usually these things are repetitive, right? This is
right,
not the first warehouse that Amazon opens up with this capacity.
right.
Okay, when was the last time they did it? What kind of impact did it have on neighborhoods close by? If we can find
That
something,
is
and
interesting.
then yeah, so that will be a good article. Like we're not saying that this is gonna happen in Tallahassee, but listen, from experience, this is what happened when an Amazon warehouse opened here. This is what happened when it opened there, and
Mm-hmm.
potentially this is what can happen now. And but the idea is, so what for me as a reader? So what if it has any implication? Like now is the time to decide on whether you want to move or not. Now is the
Yeah,
time to decide to secure a spot in school. Now is the time to decide on, I don't know,
yeah.
on buying a car, because this might affect the car market in Tennessee. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh my
But
goodness, the car market. That's a whole nother topic and conversation about
that's not
how
okay.
everybody knows, like, we have to leave Tallahassee to travel, or we have
Yeah.
to leave Tallahassee to buy a decent car at a good rate. So that it's just, is it common for cities our size to do that? I don't know. Like that's something I'm not 100%, sure about, but I know for everybody I talk to, everyone leaves Tallahassee to buy a new car, um, or used car even. But in our case, for convenience, my husband and I settled for one in town. I'm happy with my Mazda. Uh, but anyways, yeah, that is interesting. I like how, you can look at it from different vantage points of like what to expect. This is what happened in other cities that opened. And some businesses, from what I hear, like, oh, maybe they're concerned that employees will leave to work for Amazon, but
Ah,
the turnover rate is high.
very,
Nobody lasts for more than 2 years in Amazon. Like that's what.
that's an absolutely important point, because how is the Amazon move going to impact businesses in Tallahassee? So
Right.
honestly, this is already an article. Like the Amazon move, how is it going to impact? First of all, benchmarks. This is what happened in other cities. Second of all, real estate. For example, if that's something that we see, what is going to happen to the job market, and how to prepare for that? Okay, how do you want to deal with your employees now rather than later? What do you? Oh, okay, your iPad. Sorry, that's
No worries. My
on the
husband was
iPad.
making coffee earlier, if you heard
Ignore.
him grinding the coffee beans. Even though I give them a head's notice, hey, I need it to be quiet at this time. But life is life.
Life is okay. Cool.
Podcasting
I
from
think
home.
okay. Things to do. When is our next live, or when is our next session? What are we gonna
Yeah.
see?
Yeah. So we are aiming for Tuesdays, at least definitely consistently Tuesdays. And then let's see how our schedule goes. And we also plan on doing something on Thursday, but I know you're doing this just to keep me on my toes. And it does make it interesting that we're telling people what we're doing.
Where you get that idea from?
Um, okay, yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
an
but because
interesting
we want
thing.
to launch it. It's your business as well, Julia. We
I
want to launch.
know, I
Let's go.
know. But
Let's
we're doing this.
go.
My perfectionist side wants to drag
No,
it along.
absolutely. This is going to be your enemy. Yeah.
I
Wait.
know.
There's a very good saying about this. Perfect is the enemy of good, or perfect is the enemy
Yeah,
of something. Anyway,
yeah,
perfectionism does not work in entrepreneurship.
yeah.
I'll tell you
Well,
that.
and then that's why this is good because you're just like, come on, let's keep going.
Yes.
But
Let's go.
and then I think if I can quote, it was a woman who said, "Done is better than perfect."
Mm-hmm.
So like I just
100%. Let's go. You see,
there's my
that should be the logo.
perfectionist
That
procrast.
post this in front of you on top of the screen. Done is better than perfect. So please, let's go with done for now.
Yeah,
You can always improve, especially with the newsletter business. It's never that one thing that you launch. It's not like, for example, when you're manufacturing a product and you have to do 100,000 and there is no going back. Like,
right.
okay, probably take your time because you don't want to do any mistakes, because it gets manufactured, gets shipped, and then you're stuck with inventory that you cannot move. But when it comes to things like this, digital service, that we're actually going to improve an issue by an issue. Once
Yeah.
people sign up, once people read the first time and they give us comments, we will improve the second time, and the third time, and the fourth time. And before you know it, it's going to be much better than what you expected. But do not expect perfection now.
And that's why I love that we can work along the same page of that, because if I was working with another perfectionist and then they took a long time to decide,
You wouldn't
it
start
was
it.
just we'll never get it done. So I just like you're putting me on the gun by putting this publicly, and then you're being like, okay, what's next? Let's do this. Let's just go.
So you still didn't answer what is next. Like this was a very nice. I still don't know what is happening next Tuesday. So let's go.
No. Okay, next is like we'll actually have our article. Let's publish. Let's publish. So I
No,
got the
no. What are we gonna show on the next live? What are
yeah,
we
the
gonna see?
newsletter. We're gonna see the
So we're gonna
newsletter.
see a newsletter.
Yes,
Then
let's
we
point
also
the
see the
domain name.
calendar of articles. Can
Okay.
I see a 1 year calendar?
Oh,
Like this is
1 year.
this is the 1 year. So these are all the months. These are the events, and this is what's gonna happen. We need
Okay.
a content calendar.
Yes. Yes. And I happen to know a bunch of all kinds of things that are happening that are not even public yet. Not and then this is not because it's not public on purpose. It's because people are slow to get the word out. Like
No,
that's and I just happen to know about all of these things because these organizations are planning for them. And
but you
so
don't have to be as specific as what's a specific event. We're talking about
okay.
what are the articles that are going to be there. So
Oh, I know,
potentially,
yeah.
maybe you can say, I don't know, this is what is happening. So I don't know. Over here, we want to talk about, I don't know, Christmas shopping. When do you want to
Okay.
talk about it? Do you want to talk about it
Uh
in
yeah.
October? Like, just list out the months from January to December, okay?
Okay.
Or I don't know, start with August if you want until
Yeah.
July
Yeah.
of next year, and
Uh-huh.
write down what do we want to talk about when. Like, and you can have just one theme at least for every month, and that's it. And
Okay.
then the other articles will be events that will come up according to news cycles and according to event cycles that are happening in Tallahassee.
Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, that makes me feel better. That helps me get some direction on what to accomplish by Tuesday. Because I keep
Okay,
thinking like, oh, just the first newsletter, but yeah, no, this is good. And then like I said, I do have a list of sources of potential. There's some local sources, there's some, more regional sources. And but then you can show me offline, I guess, or show me how we can actually get that to work on Jareed. Uh,
sure.
okay, cool. Because that'll
Uh,
really help me save some time.
one last thing,
Yeah.
the third thing, because there's always three goals whenever. So the logo, are we gonna have an element next week?
Okay,
Because
if you
I
want to
think
see
what
an
is
element
missing.
already,
Sorry.
I do, because I'm picturing this thing, and if you're okay with it, I'll show it to
Perfect.
you
But
first.
can we
Yeah.
see what we're picturing? What you're picturing? Because I
I'm
can't.
picturing like if it would be cool if there was like a I should just sketch it and take a picture of it. But I'm picturing what if it was like it looks like the lines of a paperclip, but a city building.
Oh, nice. That looks cool. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So we're
So
gonna
you're
see.
picturing it.
So we're gonna
Okay.
see it on Tuesday.
Yes. Let's do that.
So these are the three goals: the complete logo, the first draft on Mailchimp in preview mode, and the calendar of content for a year.
Okay. I have 4 kids too, Ollie.
I have 4 kids as well.
I have 2 parties this weekend. Well, it's not really,
Okay,
not really.
reduce one of the
No,
goals if you
no,
can.
no, 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 no. It's doable. That's why I said it's
Okay,
okay because most of it is mostly done. It'll be fine. I see
we're
that someone's
agreeing.
watching.
Yes,
There's a
I
comment. Paperclip
do
literally
not.
likes it.
No perfectionism in any of the three goals. None of them
Yes.
is
So
perfection.
the whole goal is to finish them within half an hour each, kind of thing, right?
Yep. Yeah, I don't mind. Honestly, it none of these, like,
And then
probably
what about you?
the first draft might take you an hour or 45 minutes, but honestly the other two should not take more than 30 minutes. That's
Yes.
it.
No, I'm all about that. I totally get it. But okay, what about you? You're gonna set up to read the whole
What
thing.
do you
When
want me to set
are you
up to
gonna
read?
give me access to the aggregator?
Yes, I will give you access to the aggregator. What else do you want?
Okay. We have the domain name already. We just needed to point to
I
with
can
Mailchimp
get one
yet.
of the team members to do that to do that networking to because potentially we might want to do it with our own domain. Okay, I'll take care of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Connecting
Oh, okay.
Mailchimp with the domain, I'll take care of that.
Okay.
You have a third goal for me?
Well, maybe ask me questions that you're curious. You did send me a text message, so that was helpful on some topics.
You see,
So
I did half of your job, so now actually you
no,
take up.
you did not.
It is. It is. It had so many ideas for articles.
I had other ideas too, but the thing is, it's like, okay, so we have, where are we going to host these articles separately from Mailchimp? Because,
Why?
like,
Why would you want to do it
I mean,
separate?
so okay, initially we're only linking to actual articles that are written, but what if we want to cover topics that are not even posted? Like, what if these don't have articles that exist yet?
It doesn't matter. So what? We
Or
write
we,
about it on the newsletter. So
okay, so just include it in the newsletter.
yeah, included. We can later with our tech team. What we did is even if it's something only on the newsletter, the team can grab all of that and put it on the website, and we'll try to do it as soon as possible.
Oh, okay, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, so just write about it.
But what you can do as well, we can have now. This is taking it to another level of detail. But what you can do is you can have different links for the article between the newsletter and between the website. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe the one on the newsletter is going to be short, like only 200 words, but maybe it's a big article and actually you wanted to talk about it in 500, 700 words. We'll keep
Mm-hmm.
the 700 words version on the website, and the 200 version is what people see on the link on the newsletter side.
Okay. Just writing down this thing. And so, okay, cool.
Cool.
Quick question
Yep.
again.
No worries.
So, no, the other thing, okay, you'll handle all of that. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, now this is more of a curious question,
Sure.
more related to Jareed. So then with that software aggregator, is it because you guys tried to find one that existed but nothing really existed? It
Yeah,
wasn't designed the way that you
that
guys wanted
is
it?
a very good question because actually I have another one that you can use. At the time that we were looking, we didn't find what we wanted. Okay,
Yeah.
so that is one question. That is one element. But the other element was this was a stepping stone to a bigger project that actually generates newsletters on its own. But that is not done yet.
That is cool.
So that one was just a first step to something else. That is why we actually insisted on doing it ourselves.
Yeah.
But that actually, you brought up a good point. So actually, there is another one where you can customize your own thing. So it will help you a lot for CityClips.
That's
I'll
really
share with you
cool.
that. I'll
Okay.
share with you that software.
Yeah.
It's escaped my
That's
name.
another one.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I mean, the reason why I'm asking is because, like, obviously, because I keep hearing, the founders of the newsletters like saying how they built it, and then obviously in your case you had some success, and so I could see that there's going to be software that's just going to automatically do it with AI blowing up and everything. Like, yes, we can have our nice spin to it. Maybe someone is hiding in a corner in their room trying to build this right now in Tallahassee. Whoever you are, come to us. So, but yeah, no, Ali has had experience in designing something like that. So I'm just like, why isn't there something out there already that's doing it in the,
No, there is many, but some of them, like, I don't know, you
isn't
will
there
see.
like Zapier like can automate a bunch of things?
No,
Like stuff.
there's a number of options. Like one of the most famous ones is Feedly, but
Oh, okay.
um, anyway, I'll get you the recommendation, the most recommended one, so you don't have to waste time looking
Okay.
for
Yes.
to domain. So okay, wait, because now I have more than three goals. I have to write them down. Software to customize news, link Mailchimp to domain. What was the third thing?
The like you're gonna just set up to read, give me access.
Okay, Jareed aggregator. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, but it solves the problem. If you send me to some other places that you think is going to work too, I can do that. I mean, whatever's easier for you, your
Perfect.
team.
No, this. Sorry.
Yeah, whatever's more convenient for you.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay,
Perfect.
logo, icon, 12-month calendar, usage. Okay. actual newsletter. I want to publish it. Subscribe. Oh, I think we're good.
Sounds good. Okay. If you can do the logo thing earlier, because it will help my team build a different landing page.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Whenever you have it ready, just send it to me, please, even if it's before Tuesday.
Okay. We'll try.
Enjoy the parties. Enjoy the weekend. Have
I
fun.
wish I would I mean, like, it's my birthday weekend, so it's like. And hey, I saw you registered. You RSVP'd for my ribbon cutting, right? I saw
Yes,
you.
I did. It's
Yeah.
next week.
It's actually August 3rd. My ribbon
August.
cutting is August 3rd, and then my birthday is this weekend. So celebrating older life, adulthood. But yeah, no, it's gonna be awesome. And thank you for a fun meeting. This is fun. This is a lot of fun.
This is fun, exactly. And it's okay. Perfect. Okay. Thank you so much. I guess that's
Thank
it.
you.
Bye.
See you in the backstage.